long answer, but you can probably use a lot of that stuff down the road.
Coach, you've been a big proponent of points per drive in the past, talking about that stat a lot. What are your stats that you're going into a game and you're looking at? We got to do these three things statistically to have a successful day. And does that change over the season, or is it pretty?
No, it's pretty much standard. I mean, the most relevant stats. First of all, you do enough to win the game. You have to limit them to one more point than what you score. Right? That's the bottom line. But we all want to set goals and we want to look at stats. The relevant stats are scoring defense. Okay. Now, it just so happens in scoring defense, if we're defending 18 possessions and one of my friends in the Southeast is defending 10 possessions, there's going to be a lot more opportunities for people to score. So how successful are you? Red zone defense, let me flip it. Scoring defense, turnovers, and red zone defense. Those are the three most relevant things that determine winning football games.
Do you have certain numbers that you shoot for?
You have goals. I mean, typically, my goal boards are like less than 1.8. We were 1.8 last year. We finished second in the conference scoring defense. We led the conference in red zone defense. We led the conference in turnovers. Is that a good year of defense?
Yeah, seems like it. But the perception nationally is that it's not, right?
Yeah. Whose fault is that?
Hey, we're right in points per drive. I think it's a great stat.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, it all is garbage to me because we got to win games. But exactly, you just said it. So is it maybe other offenses aren't playing. Maybe other conferences in the nation aren't playing very good offense. Yeah. Right?
Who on offense? You mentioned James Washington earlier. Who, in terms of your defense going against the offense, has made your guys just better? Like, I mean, he's the obvious one, but who else on the offense has made your guys better on defense?
Well, when you have two or three guys that can play besides just one.
Yeah.
So that whole receiving core was good. It's good for us because if I'm just scheming one guy, you can do some things, but when you're scheming against two or three, you can't. So there's going to be points when certain guys are singled up. And again, we've got to stop. Every time we do some of these things, you better be able to stop the run because modern day football now, every play's a run and every play's a pass. Linemen are allowed to go down the field. So linemen are blocking a run every time. They don't know if the ball's going to be thrown or not. If you throw the ball in time to get it out, he might be at 3 yards, and actually he'll be at 3.5, and they're not going to call it. Now, if he's at 4 or 5, they will. If the quarterback holds the ball, that's when you get some flags. So whoever came up with these rules, they want the ball to be moved down the field, and they want points to be scored. And this league takes advantage of that. This league takes advantage of, tempo. This league hired another official just to mark the ball and sprint out of the way as fast as he could. This league did that. So what does that tell me? This league embraces that, which is okay. All we are judged on is winning in this league. Are we going to win a conference championship or not? So that's our job is to play against that. The most effective way for us to win games. Now, we've fallen short. You can say, we've done that a lot. We've won a ton, but we hadn't got the big prize enough since I've been here. And I'm not happy about that.
What's the ceiling for Calvin Bundage? He was somebody I thought played pretty well last year. What do you think the ceiling is for him over the next 3 years?
See, you said played pretty well last year.
For
true freshman.
As a true freshman.
Well, you saw him make some good plays. Like wow, look at that, he made a good play. But if I showed you every play he was in there, you might not say that.
Right.
So it goes back to your perception. Calvin did good for a freshman.
Yeah.
Didn't play a lot, but played some. Got his feet wet. but had a really good spring. You can't talk about Calvin without talking about Magruder.
Yeah.
Because Magruder moving from safety to that position, that has made that position probably one of the best on the team.
Yeah.
Because I've got 1A and 1B there.
Right.
So both those guys are going to play a lot. And if I'm smart, I'll probably have a package where I get them both on the field at the same time. Because those are two of our better, and you see it, collision speed,
Yeah.
contact speed. It's just how much can these guys handle mentally to be able to do that. But he hasn't gotten close to the type of player he could be yet, which is encouraging, right?
Yeah.
Magruder's played a little bit of linebacker